Kit Kats can read. Hey guys, it's Katie. Welcome to another video, and in today's video I'm going to be bringing you my Emojiathon TBR, which starts on September 1st and it runs to literally the whole month until the 30th. And basically with the challenges, they are based around emojis, which is like really cool and unique. So I've literally just picked books out of this bookshelf to go towards these challenges, and yeah, I'm really sort of happy with them. So the first thing is the group book, which is I Am Still Alive by Kate Alice Marshall. So I don't actually own this yet, but I'll place a picture over here because I will be getting it on ebook to read as the group book, and that is one of the Emojiathon challenges. So the next challenge is a freebie to read whatever you want. So for that challenge, I'm just going to leave that to on the day, like literally on the day. If there's a book that I just really want to read, I'm going to use that as my freebie. So the next challenge is to read Letters to the Lost by Bridget Kemmerer. I've already read this book, so I don't need to do this challenge. I absolutely loved it. Totally recommend for you guys to read it. Next challenge is to read a book by a favourite author. So for this one, I have placed All Your Perfects by Colleen Hoover. Colleen Hoover is one of my favourite authors, and this is her latest novel, so I thought that this book would be perfect for this challenge. The next challenge is to read Vinyl by Sophia Elaine Hansen. I also don't own this, but I'll be getting it as an ebook, so I'll place the picture over here. The next book is to read Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. I do own this as a physical book somewhere, but I haven't managed to dig it out just yet, so I won't dig it out until September anyway. But I'll place the picture over here of the book, so I do actually own it, and I'm really excited to give it a read because I've heard really good things about this book. And then we've got to read Out of Beat by Cassandra Giovanni. I don't believe I own this, so I'll place the picture over here where I can get it as an ebook. The next challenge is to read a book with your favourite colour on the cover. So my favourite colour is electric blue. So for this one I put Love and Gelato by Jenna Evans Welch. I would like to get this read. It's a summary book, so I'm really excited about this one. The next challenge is to read a book you said that you were going to read but you never actually did. To be honest, this can go towards any book because there's a lot of books on my TBR where I've hauled it and I'm like, oh, I'm so excited to go around to this book, and I haven't got round to it yet. So for this one I've put If I Was Your Girl by Meredith Russo, and I thought this would be perfect to get this read. This is also on one of my book lists to read before the end of the year, so it would be good for me to actually read this. The next challenge is to give an author a second chance. Now, to be honest, I don't really have issues with authors of such, so for this one I'm going to kind of change the challenge a little bit and sort of, you know, it could be like a sequel. So like the book that comes after a book, so that's like a second chance. It's like moving on in the series. So I'm making my own little twist on that challenge. So for this one I'm putting Mafiosa by Catherine Doyle, which is the third and final book that's in this trilogy. And also in September I would like to read more series, so kind of like series September. So I want to kind of finish off some series as well. So this would be really good to read towards this challenge as well as the series thing. The next challenge is to read a diverse book. So for this one I've put Leah on the Offbeat by Becky Albertalli. I would like to get this book read. The next challenge is to read a scary book. So I tried to keep it to this bookshelf. So I've managed to pick up The Call by Piedar O'Gwilyn, and it says in it that they are all left in a terrifying land alone and hunted. So that just sounds scary in itself, so I thought this would be perfect. The next challenge is to read a 5-star predicted book, and for this one I'm putting Stalking Jack the Ripper by Kerry Maniscalco. I predict that I'm going to really enjoy this book. It sounds really good, and I hopefully do give it 5 stars. The next challenge is to read a book that you've been seeing everywhere. For me, I could say, you know, it was a book that I was seeing everywhere last year or 2 years ago, and so for this one I'm actually putting 100 Sideways Miles by Andrew Smith. This was a book that I saw everywhere at the time that I bought it, which is why I actually got it, and so I thought this would be perfect for this challenge. The next challenge is to read a book that takes place in a different area than where you live. So really this could be quite easy for me because I live in the UK. It could be a book that's based in a different country. So for this one I put my reread of Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell, and this is based in America, I believe. So I thought it would be perfect, and I really want to give this book a reread. The next challenge is to read a book that is set in winter. Some of these are like quite hard to sort of like see if they are set in winter, or to see if winter does take place over the book, and you don't know sometimes until you've actually read the book. So for this one I just picked it because there's snow on the cover, so it's a complete and total guess, but you know, either way it's got snow in it. So this is my arc of Anna and the Swallow Man by Gabrielle Savit. And yeah, I still haven't read it, and yet this is on my 18 books to read in 2018 list, so it would be good to get this read finally. But yeah, like I say, you can see the snow on the cover. The next challenge was a little bit of a tricky one. This is to read a book that reminds you of a favourite song. So I have songs that I think are really catchy and that, but like, you know, there's some that I don't have as favourites as that. I like songs. So the first book that I actually looked at was the one where a song came into my head, and this is Good and Gone by Megan Fraser Blakemore. Now the song that actually came into my head was Hot and Cold by Katy Perry. I don't know, like 'cause you're good and you're gone. I don't know, it came into my head, so please don't even ask why. The next challenge is to read a book that takes place outdoors. So this could be for a lot of books, and especially like fantasy books, because in fantasies they tend to go like travelling and stuff, or there'll be somebody that's outside, and because it's like travelling between worlds sort of thing. But for this one I actually chose like a holiday read, and this is Operation Sunshine by Jenny Colgan. So this is where they go on holiday, and holiday is outside. It's outside of the building, it's just outside. So I thought this would be perfect. The next challenge is to listen to an audiobook. So I'm not entirely sure what audiobook I'll be listening to yet, so I'm just going to leave this one as a blank, and you will find out during September what audiobook I'm going to choose. The next challenge is to read a book that takes place in college. So for this one I actually chose The Moment of Letting Go by J.A. Redmersky. So this would normally be like the new adult range of books, and this is a new adult book. This literally happens like right after college, so it's not actually taking place at college, it's like literally just right after it. So I'm kind of cheating with this one, but it still mentions college in the synopsis. It says like literally right at the back of it in the synopsis, college. So I thought I'm going to use this for this challenge. The next challenge is to read a thriller. So for this one I put You by Caroline Kepnes. This is a thriller book that I would really like to read. The next challenge is to read a book about a social justice topic. So for this one I've actually picked The Hate You Give by Angie Thomas, which I do need to read. It's on my diverse books to read for the year, and also because of the movie. How many times have I said that I'm going to read this book, guys? This can literally go towards that other challenge as well, but I just thought this would be really good for this challenge, and hopefully I do actually finally get it read. The next challenge is to read a book that is less than 100 pages. So really this would be like a novella, so I don't actually have like a novella as such that I got in mind at the moment, so I'm literally just going to pick like the next shortest book that's off of this bookshelf, and that is going to be The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. And this book, yeah, it has like 148 pages. Yeah, 148 pages. So it's 48 pages plus of this. I mean, I could read 100 pages of it, and that would be the challenge, but that's not the point. I'm just going to change that to like near to 100 pages as I can get. So this will be perfect because it's a little shorty. The next challenge is to read a book that takes place on a boat. So this was quite hard for me as well, and really I have to think like of like pirate books. And a book that I've just got recently is Seafire by Natalie C. Parker, which is a female pirate. That's a boat. So I'm going to include this one. And the last challenge is to read a book in under 24 hours. So this could literally be towards any book here. Like, I mean, I could easily probably read The Great Gatsby in under 24 hours. Or there could be another book that I just literally sit and blitz through on a day off. So really, this could also go towards any book as well. So I might like team up with a couple of these challenges as well. Same with like the audiobook. I can probably audiobook like one of these books that are here. But that's a lot of books. So that will pretty much be my September TBR, if I'm honest. So yeah, I'm really excited about this Emojiathon, but like I said, just to remind you, is for the whole of September. So I'm also using books from other readathons that I'm going to be participating in. So yeah, I'm really excited about this. Do let me know down below in the comments if you guys are participating in the Emojiathon and what your book choices are, or you can link your TBR videos. I would love to watch all your videos because I like watching to see what people are going to read for readathons. But I think readathons are great. They're a great way to sort of like get together to read together, as well as sort of share our interests, and especially like I love reading group books together. I love when we can just talk about the main group book. I really enjoyed it with the biannual bibliothon, and lately with readathons I'm doing really well. It pushes myself to read more because I actually sit and think, shit, I need to read. I've got this readathon that's going on. So yeah, and the past two readathons that I've done, the booktubeathon and the biannual bibliothon, I've done better than I used to do. So I'm hoping with the Emojiathon I'm going to do a lot better. But that's it from this video. If you have enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up, and if you've read any of these books that I've mentioned in today's video, then let me know down below in the comments what you thought about them, and we can start a conversation on it. But thank you very much for watching my videos. Always, if you are new to my channel, if you'd like to see more of my videos, then you can click on the subscribe button. All of my social media links will be down below in the description box below. But that's it from me. Keep smiling, keep reading, and be happy, and I'll see all of you wonderful awesome people in my next video. Bye!